Stream live on Twitch at LordBrandon10.
Welcome back, YouTube. We are here with another Destiny Rising video, and today we're going to be reviewing the Yoshimoto Mythic Bow here in Destiny Rising. For those of you who don't know, this was introduced in Season 1, Act 2 of Destiny Rising. I apologize for getting this one out late. Unfortunately, time gates are a thing in this game, and so it takes me a little while to level the units properly to do a proper testing video on them. Since I don't have others that I was able to get the footage from to properly get the the video out to you guys. But with that being said, we're going to go off and start off, as always, going over the traits and perks, the exotic mods that I'm running, and of course some other fun combos that this bow can roll with. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and showcase my first perk, the Annihilation. It states here that this weapon deals increased damage based on how low the target's health is, up to 45%. And then my second perk here is going to be the Ensured Yields. Final blows grant the next magazine 75% damage after reloading. If no final blows were made with the previous magazine, then reloading will grant up to 45% damage based on the number of hits landed. The reason why this is so significant and why I really prefer Ensured Yields is for the simple fact that this bow, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, isn't really my favorite. I really don't like it, and a lot of Hellhest mains will tell you that most of the time they're not even really using the bow. It's just kind of there because she can print ammo. But the reason why this is really nice on this particular bow is because if you're not going to one-shot anything with it, particularly if you're an endgame content, and so having that stacking 45% damage buff with loading your second arrow is usually key. Even if you can get a kill off a red bar, then having that 75% is really nice on the bow. So I do have the exotic mods for both of those, and the Annihilation perk states that this weapon deals 20% damage against targets with less than 33% health. So further just adding on to what we have with the base Annihilation perk here. And then the Ensured Yields perk upgrade states that this weapon's reload time is shortened by 30% when it hasn't landed a final blow. And I'm going to touch on that in a second. Because some of the other traits and perks that people often talk about is things like Archer's Tempo. For those of you who don't know what Archer's Tempo does, this was a perk that was actually ported over from D2, and so essentially what happens is whenever you land a precision hit, it reduces your draw time by 40% for 3 seconds. And that stacks. So if you are literally hitting headshots, and like let's say for example you're just fighting a boss like IZANGI'S or whatever, this isn't typical, you're never going to do it, but just giving an example, you're fighting like IZANGI'S, you're using your bow on him, which you would never be using a bow on him, but you're using your bow and you're just constantly shooting your arrows faster and faster because you have that 40% reduced draw time on your bow. The reason why I personally don't go for Archer's Tempo is because of this perk upgrade here for Ensured Yields, just because of the reload time is shortened by 30%. Granted, Archer's Tempo, yes, is faster by 10%. 30% really isn't too bad. And this isn't going to be based on precision hits, excuse me, more or less, where Archer's Tempo is reliant off of that. And Ensured Yields, you are getting the damage bonus off of it as well. So Archer's Tempo is another good one that you could roll with, but you are losing the damage modifier to Annihilation, which I personally don't think is, in my opinion, a good choice to do, but it is an option if you are looking for that. Some other perks that you can possibly roll this bow with here as well is Black Body, which is once again final blows grant 7% damage, stacks up to 5 times, with all stacks being cleared upon death. Now this one is really good. Once again, I don't know how often you're going to be utilizing this to its fullest potential because according to elite Hellhest mains, you're really going to be running your linear fusion rifle, aka the Rail Contravene or Queensbreaker for those of you who don't call it that. Shiver is kind of off and on this particular weapon because it is a stacking damage, but it's precision final blows, and so if you do get your precision final blows, it is 25%. plus the 10% accuracy and all that good stuff for 8 seconds. It does stack for 3 times. I don't know if you would run that necessarily on something like this over Black Body. I think Black Body would be the much better option, but my absolute god rolls are going to be for the Annihilation and Ensured Yields. Now, going over some gameplay here for you guys, we're going to show this off here for you. All right, so we have spawned in our servitor, and so we're going to do a base damage test real quick. So each arrow we're hitting for about 27k a shot, but as you can see, Ensured Yields does kick in, so we'll reset that so you can see. So we missed our first shot, we do 27,000, and then Ensured Yields kick in. That second shot does 36. Now we have Ensured Yields up, and now we're just hitting a solid 37 for every shot that we have Ensured Yields up on the bow. And mind you, if we had Annihilation, that damage would further be up if we had Annihilation when we are actually taking down a target's health below that 45% meter threshold for it to give us that extra damage. Now, if we stack this with things like Salvo with Ensured Yields, now we're sitting at 48k a shot, plus the Salvo shot giving us that extra 14k as well. And so that is really, really huge. And of course our artifacts play into that as well. Now, if we go full reset here and we do Salvo mixed in with the damage drone, we're sitting at 87 a shot. So, nope, hold on. Yeah, we're sitting at a comfortable, it's hard to see because that thing was blocking it, but it looks like we're at 61 to 80 in that range there with the damage drone and Salvo activated. So if we look at a full-on rotation, we'll do 1 healing, 1 damage, Salvo, and then super.
No one can prepare for this.
Each bow is hitting for, looks like I just hit one for 101. Yeah, we're hitting 101 with the full-on rotation with the bow. And then you can see as Salvo disappears, we drop down to 78k. And then once the super fades away and we lose the Salvo and super buffs, we are down to our regular 47k shot with the damage drone activated. So that is the Yoshimoto bow here in Destiny Rising. It's a pretty cool bow. Like I said, when it comes in terms of bows, I really prefer Trinity Gold in terms of, bows in general to use. The only issue is that Trinity Gold isn't really viable for in-game content. Things like Royal Contravene are. So, in my opinion, it's a great bow for what it is. It's an easy power level getter. Run it with Royal Contravene. You're set in terms of your Hellhest or Rossi with this bow here. But with that being said, I do want to try to get out a comparison video with the Yoshimoto and Queensbreaker to see essentially what is the highest damage tester. You guys know I love doing those comparison videos, so we are going to be doing that. And once again, guys, if you guys need any help with Calamity or any PvE help or any Calamity, whatever you guys need, any questions about the game, feel free to come over to my Discord. Link in the comments below. It'll be the first pinned comment. Check it. It has the link to our server. Join up. We have an amazing Destiny Rising community. We do tons of great stuff in there, helping the community out, answering questions, just a great place to be. And if you guys want to catch these tests live and watch me do all the back burner testing and helping the community out with Calamity runs, come over to my Twitch channel. Link is in the description below, where we do these tests live and we're streaming every day helping the community. And yeah, with that being said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe on this video, and we'll see you guys in the next Destiny Rising video. Peace out, Girl Scouts.